Hi there, Sagittarius. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. Welcome to September. I hope you're well. I am going to be reading from the Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power cards, and I will also be reading from the I-Ching. And then I will finalize this reading with the Chinese Tarot, and that is for your detailing, okay? So just one card from Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power for my Sagittarian friends. All right, we have Kali. Ooh, okay. So Kali is the deity that deals with death and destruction and tearing down and rendering asunder anything that is not going to drive forward your highest good, or anything that isn't good for you, or anybody or anything that needs to go so that you can move forward. I feel your pain. She is said to be the goddess of time, according to this card, and it says conquer ignorance and delusion through helping others. So this is Kali Troma Nagmo. And so it looks like it's time to shift. It's time for you to remove some things. It is time. Um, and anything that is ignorant is going to be gotten rid of for you, which I think is a really good thing. Okay. So for those of you who want to do further study, you want to look up Kali Troma Nagmo, KaliTromanagmo, and that may even give you some further insight. All right. So from the I Ching, we're going to build on this theme of time, and time to remove and time to get rid of, time to conquer the ignorance, time to conquer delusion, time to get rid of denial is what I'm getting. And you're doing it by helping other people. So when you start telling other people, you know how sometimes you be telling somebody else something and you feel like you're talking to yourself? That's how it's going to happen. So when you are around somebody else and they need advice from you and you're giving the advice, then somewhere in the middle of the advice, you're going to be like, wow, I feel like I'm talking to myself. And you really are. You know, that's sort of like God's divine way of allowing you to heal and be healed at the same time. It keeps you humble. Keeps you humble, Sag. So just be on the lookout for those kinds of things that happen, because you are talking to yourself and you are healing and helping somebody else, and at the same time you're healing and helping yourself. All right, so your I Ching card is number 30. For those of you who are into gematria or numerology, we've got a 30, which breaks down into a 3 numerologically. So that's a number of creation for me, and also where two things become one again. So if you have any kind of duality, which I'm seeing here with these two images here, it's like bringing all of that together and being able to bring yourself to the one. Now, I am going to be reading directly from the translated I Ching text. This is translated by Marlies Holitska. If you have other I Ching texts that you like to work with or go by, you just need to read passage number 30. This one relates to adhering or fire. When two forces mutually support one another, they achieve a greater effect than would be possible for each one acting alone. You are currently in the vicinity of a complicated power struggle. Understand that even you cannot be impartial. Accept the given nature of mutual dependence. Okay. Open up to other forces and to relationships capable of bearing the strain. All of those involved live up to their individual challenges through mutual support. You should not question the importance of cooperation, even in relationships where there is less harmony. Adapt your ideas to the realities and use your energy to expand new horizons. So again, we're talking about getting away from the delusions and dealing with the reality. So I feel like this energy is coming in to take away anything that you have been kind of idealistic about in Sagittarius, because you have that adventurous nature and you're always, wanting to see what's new and what's exciting. Sometimes you can be clouded by that emotional feeling of excitement and not be able to get down to the real, for real, though, reality of the situation. So I feel like this energy that's coming in September is coming to kind of bring things together, and help you to get through this challenge that apparently some of you are going through, a power struggle of sorts, it says. I think that message about being mutually dependent is important, because sometimes when you're having a power struggle, it's because both of you are powerful. That's why people have power struggles, because the two people involved in the relationship are both equally have equal um, powerful energy, and sometimes we feel like we gotta fight for the win. That's some ego alpha stuff, okay? But what you have to do is see the benefit of having both of you in the same room at the same time, and then seeing how both that person's skill and your skill is helping the goal, or helping you reach whatever goal that you're trying to reach together or separately. Okay? And my book is falling apart. I hope. Oh my gosh. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my pages just fell out. Let me get my pages. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So the changing lines for your passage for adhering and fire. That's interesting. Adhering or fire. We can get into that in a minute. The changing lines are the first line, the second line, and then the fourth line, and that's it. So we have the second line, we have the first line, we have the second line, I'm sorry, and we have the fourth line. So first, second, and fourth, get in where you fit in. Whatever resonates, resonates. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. Line number 1 says, each new beginning holds its own surprises in store. Create the vision you need through quiet and level-headed planning. Very good information. Never lose sight of your objective at the first step. That decides what is going to come later. So that's line 1. Line number 2. Try to reduce the extremes in your actions. Okay, remember I talked about that really big, you get excited, but you can't see the reality. Try not to do the extremes. This creates harmony and brings good fortune. So when you try to remain in the center, if it's good, it's like, yeah, that's great. I'm excited. What is it? What do I have to do? If somebody says, hey, you know what? Here's a way for you to make $1 million. Oh, that sounds great. What do I have to do? See, that's how you keep everything even. All right, so that's line number 2, and we're moving on to line number 4 now. Line 4 says, the upturn is unstable and the force insufficient for long-term success. Pay attention that you don't disregard your main concern for quick success. And I'm going to say, if you're looking for success to happen quickly, then it's easy come, easy go. It's going to be short-lived. If you want any kind of longevity, you're going to need to balance. You're going to need to face the reality of whatever exciting thing comes your way, whatever promising thing comes your way. You're going to want to know what are the details so that you can get the for real though going. Okay? All right. Sagittarius, we're moving right along into the Chinese Tarot for your detailing. It looks like Sagittarius has some things on their plate, some things they need to remove, some things to get rid of, some things to prepare for, some balancing that needs to be done. So we're asking spirits for you to show us other information that Sagittarius needs for the month of September, the details. Thank you. All right. So I see this. This is the Two of Swords. Remember, we talked about two and the number three about things that are of a dual nature coming together. For you right now, what I'm seeing is the duality is not so much about masculine, feminine, right or wrong, good or bad, dark and light. It's really about excitement and restraint, or it's excitement and reality. It's the emotional and the practical. It is being able to get that part together. And so, what you're going to have to do is spend some time focusing or doing things that allow focus. It could be some sort of sport or some kind of activity, could be bow hunting, will give you focus. Yep, I'm getting bow hunting. Maybe ping pong, tennis. These are things that where you have to focus on something. You have to remain focused. I'm seeing that it's a physical activity. Could be martial arts as well, some sort of martial arts practice. I'm seeing again here, these are all yin lines. I think that's interesting because we're talking about the I-Ching, the I-Ching. But we have all yins and then we have all yangs here. So remember when we're talking about duality, again, you got to think about yin and yang. Yin and yang in your particular situation is going to be about the outward expression or the it's about being able to take in the external stimulation. Like the external stimulus is it's almost like something is flashing in your face and you get all worked up about that, but then you're not looking at the fire behind the thing. Maybe that's why you've got fire there. You know, it's like, oh, the fire, it looks beautiful, it's blazing up or whatever, but it's getting ready to burn your house down and you're not paying attention to that. So that's the part, Sagittarius. That's the thing. It requires some discipline. We've got the Ace of Cups here. To me, it's about I don't know, I'm seeing a presentation here of some sort. Being in an arena where you have to present something. It could be an idea, it could be a concept, it could be a speech of some sort. I think for some of you might be doing some kind of speech making. TED Talk, I don't know. But it's something where you are presenting something of importance to you. So some of you may be pitching something. I don't know. It just depends. The main thing that they want you to remember is to talk about how you grew your project, how it grew, where it came from. Tell the story of your idea. All right, we've got the Sun here, which to me is about joy. It's about happiness. It's also about the Ace of Staves here, which again is about being able to feel confident and comfortable in your own skin, in your own self. Being able to look at yourself and be reflective and see the positivity in that. I'm seeing that in this card. Again, remember I talked about bow hunting. Well, there's your bow and arrow right there. Again, focus. Something that allows you to focus on one goal or one objective for the time being, because I'm seeing like there's a lot and that can be overwhelming and it could also burn you out. Talk about fires. So that could burn you out if you try to tackle too many things at one time. Oh, excuse me. All right, Sagittarius. Is there anything else for Sagittarius for the month of September? Any other messages for Sagittarius for the month of September? No, I'm not getting anything else from the tarot. So The main focus for tarot, whatever, for those of you who are doing this speech or this pitch or whatever, remember to tell the story of how this all came into being. Tell the story of its growth. Tell a growth story or a growth narrative. I also see that in your changing card, which I didn't show you before because this just gives me the changing lines. But I do see building, you being able to build here. And that's what you have to do. So the main thing is to work with the energies that are coming in September that are there to help you cut through the illusions and the delusions, to help you face the reality, to help you kind of pull that excitement and that energy in. Nobody's saying don't be excited. We just want you to see the aspects of what you're excited about that have to be done in order to maintain the excitement and the joy in the long run, because this is something that you feel happy about. You don't want it to like die out because you didn't have your ducks in a row. Okay, Sagittarius. So I hope that this information was good for you. If you need to take a deeper dive, you know where to find me. I'm at Kerri, Kerri, at wooing-nature.com. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope you also have a great September. And I hope you're having a wonderful life.